Hello, everybody. I just come across this Lupus decoupled Drupal, which I am going to check out. And if you want to follow along or just watch, then do it. All right, we're in nowhere. What do we do? And what is Lupus decoupled Drupal? Component-oriented decoupled Drupal with NuxtJS. Nuxt, of course, is I don't even know how to explain it anymore. Works with Vue.js. Build your next Vue.js like it's the server-side rendering component. It's probably a lot more complicated than that now, but in any case, into 22, announcing 3.0, stable. Okay. Yeah, so Nuxt is a modern rewrite of the Nuxt framework, ever helpful, based on Vite, Vue 3, and Nitro. Okay, well, what is Nuxt exactly? Doesn't really say right off the bat, does it? Zero configuration, file system routing, rendering modes, SEO friendly. Okay, so Nuxt looks cool, right? Vue.js looks cool. Drupal looks cool. Let's try this out, however we do that. So reading all this. Good try. Launch on Gitpod. No, I don't want to do that. For the resources. Project template, including a Drupal plus Nuxt front end with DDEV and Gitpod support. That looks great. Okay, so it's forked from this originally. Don't know what that really implies, but whatever. Lupus decoupled project, a DDEV, which we use, and Gitpod. I don't even know what Gitpod is. Always ready to code, ship software faster with secure cloud development. Oh, just a way to deploy it quick and easy. This project demonstrates a complete Drupal 10 development environment utilizing DDEV and Gitpod through your browser. Refer to whatever. Security warning. Local setup with DDEV. Let's do this. DDEV is a ridiculously simple setup for complex. We already know this and love it. Now we need to, I guess, get this repository for one. So let's do that. Code. We'll go ahead and copy the clone HTTPS URL. You will get the clone, Control Shift V, enter. I don't have any music on. This is boring. Okay, so we got a clone of the Lupus decoupled project. We're going to go inside that directory. And as we can expect, it is a Drupal installation. There is already a DDEV directory. Let's tree.dedev. Config. We're going to bat instead of cat. You can cat if you don't have bat. But we're going to bat this DDEV config YAML file. Drupal 10, web, PHP 8.1. Additional host names, Lupus Nuxt. It has a MariaDB. What's going to do here? Hooks, post start exec, git clone, front end repository. Okay, it's going to, looks like it's going to set us all up with the front end Nuxt environment using PM2, which is a Node.js process manager, I believe it stands for. Use DNS when possible. Web environment, some nice end variables. Everything's all beautifully set up for us already. This is a very custom config, not DDEV, not any DDEV defaults. I shouldn't say that. That's not what I meant. It's just nice. They did a lot of work to it already. Let's leave it at that. Okay. Optionally, customize the project. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave the defaults. Theoretically, then we can just DDEV start like it says. Starting Lupus decoupled. What you know about night? There is night. It's gonna download a bunch. Okay. Just skip ahead if you want. Watch me listen to music. I'm listening to Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi. Oh, Meter Mob, you came to party featuring Too Short. Uh-oh, whole bunch of errors. What's going on? Unable to start container process. Okay, something's not right. Let's try the ddev composer install. There is a problem. Very hard to read any of this. Okay, so it's trying to grab, it's processing a Docker file for one. So let's code period enter to open VS Code in that directory. And let's look for some Docker files. I believe this is where it is erroring in the web build Docker file npm install. No, wait. I don't think it's running that. Okay. Where is the config? Echo. Boo. And then let's try to run it again. What did I just do? I edited the config.yaml in the hook post start exec. There's a whole bunch of commands here. I'm not really sure what it's getting to. It's really hard to read the output. So I added echo foo in here to see if it's actually getting to this part. Do a ddev start again. Baby. Oh, it's actually erroring, right? Wait, did not complete. So that's erroring right here. It was that npm installed as g pm2. It's having a problem installing pm2 ddev web server. Runcy. bin sh, no such file or directory. Let's see. Where is bin sh being run from? Let's try. If we bin bash -c, close this and try to run that again. Definitely where it is failing. Yeah. As you can see, it's trying to wrap my bin bash -c in a bin. That's okay. So where is that Docker file being called from? This is the generated Docker compose full file. I'm looking for anything to do with running some scripts. I'm not really sure how everything gets assembled exactly from these configs and overrides and Docker files. Nginx, DB, command, Apache. This is the generated Docker file for the web image. And this is where we should find, yeah, bin bash -c. Well, is that because, no, that's fine. I think I'm going to try this again and see if that changes. And it did, yeah. So after I undid my change, I did not regenerate this stuff by trying to run ddev start. But I did now, so it is erroring right here. I don't really know why at all. Let's check. There is no issues. It's an active run and development by default. So cores. Well, so it's very, very active. And I know that because, well, as you can see, 9 hours ago, the ddev directory was updated. All right, now is the time, perhaps I should. Don't have a clue. Good old Docker. This isn't ddev's fault. I don't know. I don't think so. So the error is stat bin sh no such file or directory. All right, I'm just gonna blindly ask Google Docker stat bin whatevs and see what we got. And let's see. Cannot go to bin bash. All right. I want to not call that and see what happens. We're just going to comment it out and see if it ends up trying to run it and erroring there. All right, so we are started. Now it's running those hooks. It is running these hooks right here. We should see foo at some point. And we bypassed, as you can see, I commented it out in the source Docker file, and in the generated, it is also now commented out. So it is not trying to install PM2, and it's going to go. I mean, we're not going to really have a good outcome, but at least we, isolated an issue. So there's my echo foo, pm start npm run dev, PM2 command not found. Okay, so what's going on? So if I ask Google instead specifically about npm, is it npm it's not finding? Okay, let me think. So what, I don't even know what the base image is. In here maybe, no, base image. Where is the base image? Well, I think I can tell from the generated Docker file. No, that's what I was looking at. Okay. We need to know or to install npm, I think. cd frontend npm I. Instead of my echo foo, if we just try to install it here, we'll see what happens. npm install -g pm2. -g is global. Hopefully this works. Let's try it again. ddev restart. Almost. Removed. Created. Started. All right, so it looks like we may be in business. PM2 has started our site, and it claims to be at Lupus decoupled.ddev.site. Right click that, and we get a big old error because we didn't do any of the other steps, like the ddev composer install. I'll just paste it right in there. So it should get all the vendor packages. Gold on the ceiling. All right. We're in business. Okay, what happened? We got some success on the composer install. Let's drag this over here so we can look at the instructions and do a big old ddev. This is a big drush command, which does a site install and looks like it creates an account called admin, and it calls the site Lupus Decoupled using the standard profile to install it. So let's copy and paste that right in again. And here we go. It's doing its thing. Starting Drupal installation. It did it. What's this next line? I have no clue. We are enabling Lupus Decoupled services end parameter. Presumably those are modules. If we do a web modules contrib, there's Lupus Decoupled, there's services end parameter. So yeah, let's go for it. I'm just copying and pasting again. With the -y, it's an automatic yes, so you don't have to stop and press Y and enter. Configure Lupus Decoupled front-end base URL. So I don't know what that is. It's this. I think it told us up here, which is why I was scrolling up. But I just want to confirm. North. Okay. There's the Nuxt URL. Let's try that out. Cool. we got some action there. This, we should also have some action, but that's enabled. I'm going to keep going before I do anything else and screw it up. And it says to configure Lupus decoupled front-end base URL. Is that what we just did? No, that's what I just got sidetracked on, I believe. So let's copy that again. And it is actually using drush to config set, meaning it's going to go into the Drupal database and set some configuration variables, which you can export, import. Lupus decoupled CE API.settings. So it's just setting this very specific setting to this value or these values. Let's go for it then. Enough looking at it. Yes, it's created. Now we will log in and start and get started adding some test nodes. ddev drush user login. User dash login gives us a nice URL. It's a one-time link. Control click. We are in. That's the same site right here that earlier had the error. If we refresh, we should see the homepage, and we do. And we were up and running with the Lupus decoupled Drupal backend and the other Drupal backend. And well, I just refreshed the Lupus Nux ddev site, and it's in better shape now. It's actually working. I think it contacted the server. Let's refresh. Okay, I opened DevTools, Control-Shift-I, or right-click inspect, whatever. Then I'm going to the Network tab, which I was just on, and tried to show you how I got there. And making sure the all filter is on. Well, actually, no, let's use the XHR, which is the Ajaxy stuff, or XHR stuff. Anyway, if I reload this, we will see it attempting to contact. In this case, I don't know, no clue. Aha, Lupus. That's SSE client. Well, it grabbed some stuff. It loaded. I don't know how Nux works, to be honest. So theoretically, whatever SSE and client is, it's enough to talk to Drupal somehow. And it says, welcome to your custom elements enabled Drupal site. Source is, yes, everything. Not just an empty div called root or whatever. It's a fully rendered HTML page. Good for SEO, good for fast loading times, all that good stuff. First loads are quick. Nothing needs to be hydrated, presumably. As I said, I don't really know Nuxt, but we appear to have a cool base to work from, and I'm going to cut it from here. And then next we will see what we can actually do with this. And I will also talk to the Lupus decoupled guys and ask what happened with my with those problems with npm run dev. Adios, amigos.